In the shadowed valleys of ancient Eldoria, where mist clung to the pines like forgotten secrets and the rivers whispered tales of bygone empires, there lived a scholar named Lirael. He was no ordinary man. His mind was a labyrinth of forgotten lore, weaving threads of philosophy and alchemy into tapestries that could unravel the very fabric of reality. The emperor, a brooding tyrant named Valthor, who ruled from a throne carved of obsidian and regret, relied on Lirael for counsel in matters both mundane and arcane. "You are the light in my darkness," Valthor would say, his voice a rumble of thunder, though envy festered in the hearts of his courtiers like weeds in a neglected garden. Yet whispers slithered through the marble halls. Lirael's daughter, Lirael, was a fool, a dreamer with eyes like storm-tossed seas. She wandered the imperial gardens at dawn barefoot and clad in simple linen, murmuring to the flowers as if they held the universe's confessions. The courtiers sneered, and even Valthor, in his moments of doubt, questioned Lirael. "Your wisdom is unparalleled," he once declared during a grand feast, his goblet raised high, "but your daughter, she is a riddle without an answer, a bird that flies into the gale rather than seek shelter." Lirael's heart twisted like a vine under frost, but he held his tongue, his face a mask of serene marble. That night, under the canopy of stars that pierced the velvet sky like diamonds on black silk, he confronted Lirael in their modest tower, where books towered like ancient guardians, and the air smelled of ink and wild herbs. "Child," he said, his voice soft as the wind through reeds, "the emperor mocks you. He says you chase illusions, that your ways are folly. Why do you dance with the dawn winds and speak to shadows when the world demands steel and strategy?" Lirael turned from her window, where she had been tracing constellations with her finger, her smile a crescent moon. "Father," she replied, her words laced with the melody of hidden streams, "the emperor does not mock me alone. He tests the world through me. Each morning, as the sun gilds the horizon, he summons me to the throne of echoes. There he presents two gifts, a crown of thorns wrought from the briars of conquered lands, symbolizing power that draws blood and bends wills, and a single seed, unassuming from the tree of whispers, which blooms only in the soil of patience." Lirael leaned closer, the flicker of candlelight dancing in his eyes like captured fireflies. "And what does he ask of you?" "He bids me choose." Lirael continued, her gaze distant, as if peering into realms unseen. "Take the one of greater value. He commands, his laughter echoing like distant thunder when I select the seed. The courtiers join in their mirth, a venom that stings the air. They call me mad, father, for spurning the crown that could command armies and claim thrones." Lirael's brow furrowed, a storm brewing in his scholarly soul. "But why Lirael? The crown is forged of conquest, a relic of dominion. Its value is etched in gold and glory. The seed it is, but potential fragile and forgotten." Lirael rose, her movements fluid as a river's bend, and led him to a hidden alcove behind a curtain of woven ivy. There, concealed in the tower's heart, lay a garden unseen by prying eyes, a verdant sanctuary where seeds she had chosen day after day had taken root. Trees arched toward the skylight, their branches heavy with fruits that shimmered like captured starlight leaves, whispering prophecies. In the breeze, flowers bloomed in hues no painter could capture, petals unfurling to reveal crystals that hummed with latent magic. And at the center, a sapling from the tree of whispers, its trunk etched with runes that glowed faintly, promising wisdom beyond the grasp of emperors. "These are my choices, Father. Lirael said, her voice a symphony of quiet triumph. Each dawn, the emperor offers the crown, thinking to expose my folly, to revel in my madness. But in his amusement, he lets me keep the seed, believing it worthless. One crown might grant fleeting power, a throne built on fear, destined to crumble like sandcastles before the tide. But these seeds, they grow into forests that shelter the weary fruits that heal the broken and knowledge that outlasts empires. The day I choose the crown, his game ends. The laughter ceases, and so do the gifts. Why trade an eternity of growth for a moment's illusion? Ilarion knelt among the blooms, the scent of life enveloping him like a long-lost embrace. Tears traced paths down his cheeks, not of sorrow, but of revelation. He saw now the depth of her wisdom, a quiet rebellion against the clamor of conquest, a philosophy that valued the unseen roots over the glittering canopy. In a world that worshipped the sword and the scepter, Lirael had cultivated a legacy that would endure when thrones turned to dust. From that day forward, when courtiers whispered of Lirael's folly, Ilarion would merely smile, his eyes alight with secret fire. For he understood that true wisdom often wears the cloak of madness, and the greatest treasures are those sown in silence, blooming far from the gaze of fools. And so in the annals of Eldoria, while emperors rose and fell like autumn leaves, Lirael's hidden grove became a legend, a testament to the power of choosing not what shines brightest, but what endures deepest. In the end, it was not the crowns that shaped destiny, but the seeds planted in the fertile soil of patience and grace.